Okay, so I wanted to do a little something today. I wanted to show my the process, the idea that I found it to create my level, because there is so much possibility, and usually when you go on YouTube, the main stuff that you will find are not. This is not that they are not usable, but they don't suit my need. What I wanted to do is a big map with redundant element that I will be able to place everywhere. And one of the ideas that I found that I'm gonna show you is to make the map in one piece, the big map, the block out in one piece, and then add and subtract a little element that will add some personality and some movement possibility in terms of gameplay inside of the map. So I'm gonna show you. So still I don't have my shortcut. There you go. So I'm in Blender. That's the big map. As you can see, I'm gonna kill the colors. Yeah. So we have a lot of buildings, as you can imagine. The main idea that I wanted to be able, I'm gonna charge the map I'm gonna load the map at the same time that I'm talking to you, so I can show you in more depth what I would like to make. So there is big building like that. If you go from the top, you'll see that there is a lot of road also. I'm gonna kill the building so you can see. This is the road network. But there is another network. I don't know if I will be able to show you that because I think I already hide it. Hide it. I don't know how to say that. Where is it? Well, basically the blue part, as you can see right there, are second part of the building where you can walk on into it, like you can roll or run into it. Basically, I wanted to have multiple level of height where you can move, fly, go through some part of the building, and that's the next point that I would like to show you. So if we only take the building, you can see right there that there is a lot of holes, and the holes are made of a certain size. There are 5 multiplied by some type of number. What do I mean about that? Let's imagine I want to put an elevator and a pass through inside of it. The side of the thing will be 5 times 4, so it's a square of 5 times clack, clack, and clack, so it's like a L or something. And the idea is that I will make some module part on the side. I come up with this idea, I didn't find it on the web. As you can see right there is like 5 by 8 meters. We have 4 elements possible for that. We have an L element right there, another L element right there with an elevator this time. I'm gonna show you why it's important. We have a square element right there, simple. Then we have elevator, as you can see on the side right there. This one have elevator, as you can see there is a branchment right there. And we have a destroyed part, which give me the chance to expose some of the interior without making the full building accessible in time of apartment and stuff like that, because for the memories the map is pretty big. It will kill my computer, it will kill the computer of everyone. So to save some memories and to have a good element where there is a lot of possibility in terms of gameplay, that's the idea that I found it. So I'm gonna show you. As you can see, let's take this one because it's pretty interesting in terms of construction. You can see that right there is an L, and right there is an embranchment. There is something in the wall. That's the elevator system. Right there you have also the same thing. Inside of the elevator there will be maybe a full elevator that you will be able to press a button, something like that. Or maybe there will be like kind of a ladder where you can just grab and you depending on what button you just press. So I'm gonna hide part of the building so you can see what's going on. Inside of the building, I'm gonna hide those faces. Inside of the building, as you can see, there is a part right there where you can just go inside from there, and then you're inside of the elevator. What will be interesting is that I will create a door that will be able to block the faces where I don't want the player to be able to go, but it will add some life and some sense to the building. What do I mean? There is doors, there is floors, which means that there is different possibility inside of the building. That's not just a block. It's not anymore just a block. It's something more because there is elevator and there is floor that you cannot access, which means that there is some life inside of it, and there is some floor that you can access. What do I mean? As you can see right there, there is the faces of the building, but inside it's hollow. It's like, you know, it's empty basically. And so once you're inside the faces, if I just get out of this mode, once I'm inside the faces, I can build something. Let's imagine, for the example, I'm gonna have to hide the building right there. I take this feeling. Let's imagine that this is a corridor where there is a lot of apartment, where I could build the apartment actually. I just have to take the faces, move it a bit so it's fit. Come on. So it fits the thing that I want right there. Just gonna clamp it. Let's imagine there is a door right there, and now we are inside of a corridor. Again, the faces are outside. Nothing happened inside. But if I add another element, I'm gonna show you. Well, let's not imagine that the door is open right there. But if I start, I'm gonna destroy this part because that's not part of the construction that I want. But I'm gonna show you another example. Sorry about it. Let's imagine I'm starting to destroy part of it. That's just for measurements. That's a 5x5 right there. As you can see, I used a destroy element to like take part of the building. Now I can see inside of the building, but what's very interesting, right there is no door, but let's imagine there is a door. From the other side, I'm gonna hide the building again. Let's imagine there is a door right there, which give on a corridor, and the corridor go back to an elevator. It had so much more movement to the map, and that's really what I wanted. I want the player to be able to move wherever he wants, and to have a lot of chance to escape, move when he's chased, and when he chase the enemy. And that's why I made this. I wanted to add some life to the building without killing myself in terms of performance and in terms of work, because it's pretty time consuming, I will tell you. And what's more interesting is that since I went with some kind of modular and some kind of unique shape. What do I mean? The buildings are one piece, but I think I will divide it so I can use what we call LOD. LOD is level of detail. What does that mean? It means that when you're far away from the building, some of the building don't render as the same. We cut down the polygon, we cut down the level of detail because it's not on the view of the player. It's not close, so it doesn't. We don't need to have all the texture inside on it. So we lower everything because it's not close to the player. If I divide it, I will be able. Let's imagine I'm on the corner of the map. All this part will be lower in terms of detail because we don't need to. We don't need to render it. And so that's one of the biggest parts. I will divide the map after. And what's very interesting in terms of the modular part. Let's imagine I want to modify this one. They have what we call deep linking. What is it? As you can see, all the parts which are the same, if I modify one, all the other one will be modified. So what's cool? What's cool about this? Let's imagine what I wanted is to have a cool workflow. What do I mean about that? You know what? I'm gonna go back on the full screen. I wanted to have a workflow that allow me to create the map, create a test map, a prototype, and play on it to see if that's good in terms of scale, in terms of gameplay, in terms of movement. And that's what I did actually. I created the map and I wanted to be able to go in the map without having to finish it and polish it to make it perfect. And that's what I could do with that. Since they are deep linking, what does that mean? It means that if I modify one, as you can, as I showed you, the other one is also modified. And so on the side of the map, I got those elements, which are the original element. They have a name, as you can see right there. It's L filler. I know you can't see. Well, the name of this thing is L filler full access, which means that there is no pillar and nothing like that. The other one will be modified, and it's outside on the map. If I want to improve, add more detail, add more texture, I just modify those, and everything in the map on the side will be modified at the same time. And so it saved me so much more time and allowed me to create the map before I just can finish everything and polish everything and just, yeah, you get it. It will take me too much time just to have to make it perfect, and then I will say, oh my god, it's not good enough, I would have to improve it yet. No, it's not the plan. So the map right there is not doesn't have, well, you have the hole, you have the like L hole and all the other thing. Where is it? Like, as you can see right there is a hole in the building, but I didn't put the particular element. It's just to test the motion. And what was very interesting, I just wanted to try it. Let's imagine could go through there. There will be another element, maybe an elevator, so I can go down. Then I can jump. I can see all just below. I go like that. And then I can go inside. Well, I hurt myself, but that's one part of the gameplay that I would like to overkill, kill, maybe just like reduce. And what's very interesting is that it gives me much more element of movement. All the holes are not made, so it feels a little empty right now, but when I will add everything, it will be much more enjoyable in terms of movement. So let's imagine right there, man, I can see a L. I'm just gonna try to jump on it. Almost. And then you can see I can go through the building, I can move wherever I want. Because there was not these L's. Let's imagine I just I'm chased by an enemy, or I'm chasing an enemy. I go run around, I jump, I'm like that. What can I do? I can go right there, I can go right there. But if I want to move upstairs, or maybe the objective that I would like to go is right there, is where I shoot, like under the building. It will take me much more time to go right there and right there, but I can go through. And what's really interesting is that, let's imagine the objective is like below. And so by the L, well, I jumped too short there, and then I can go in the elevator, go down, and I will just spawn right there. And so the element, instead of just jumping wherever the distance is, it gives me much more possibility, much more cover, and much more, like, you know, thing that I will be able to do in terms of gameplay. I'm gonna activate the camera. There we go. Okay, that's the other touch. And that's basically what I want to accomplish through this game. It's pretty laggy right now. I think it's because I'm recording. But yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of little streets inside of the building and just below. So let's imagine you don't have the level to kind of fly right now. As you can see, I have a dash system where you can move like that on the map. You will be able to go through the little streets, and there will be the same elements, the same system in the street. You will have some holes inside of the building which give you access to the elevators to move upstairs if you can't fly yet. And between the building there will be some bridge, some cable bridge that will help you move around easily, even if you don't have the dash system. The dash system is pretty much a middle game gameplay, a middle game part that gives you a chance to fly, to move around wherever you want. But basically it's the main gameplay. You can move wherever you want, you can go wherever you want, and the idea that you will have to grab some resources, kill as much zombies and monsters that you can, and sometimes you will be chased by dangerous zombies, dangerous monsters that will just fly or maybe chase you, and you will have to move around to try to avoid them, hide yourself, and stuff like that. And I think the gameplay will be very rich, it will be very interesting and intense. That's really what I want. I want to have a gameplay which is very, very intense. Yeah, it's pretty laggy right now. I think it's because I'm recording and trying to create models, and at the same time I'm launching the engine, but the idea is right there. So that's the basic map for the moment. I'm gonna add the element and I will just like publish where I am on the other time, but it started to get really interesting in terms of gameplay. It took me like, without a joke, it took me like two months to be good enough in terms of modeling to create a map. That was not easy. That was not easy, but my process and my workflow is a lot better than at the time, and I think I will be able to create the thing that I want in the future. So that's where I am. It takes me a lot of time to create the map, and that's pretty repetitive, but once it's done, and that's what I want. So yeah, that's what the gameplay where I am right now, and I will keep going until it's made, until I'm millionaire, billionaire. It's gonna be a lot of fun. To make it's fucking hard, I won't lie. I thought that creating video game was easier. It's not at all. It's very, very hard, very time consuming, very energy consuming, spirit consuming. Your brain is dead at the end of the day. But I think that it's worth it. So that's where I am. I will keep updating, and I will see you next time in the next video. Bye, guys.